We are on the quest for the best fish in town. Now, after consulting a popular restaurant review guide, I was led here. Now, let's get on the wave. Chat to the chef, and most importantly, taste his famous catch of the day.
What you do with the fish, first you put it in flour and then eggs, and then you sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs. And then you heat your oil for about 5 to 7 minutes. When it's hot, you put your fish for another 5 to 7 minutes, and then you take it out of the oil. That's it.
But when I fry my own fish, it's still not as succulent as this one.
Temperature of the oil. It doesn't have to be too cold, and it doesn't have to be too hot.
So what happens when the oil is too hot?
It will be cooked like from the outside, the inside it will be uncooked.
Okay. And when it's too cold?
It will suck the oil.
So you have to have that balance.
Yes.
What inspired you to make fish? And, is there a story behind this being the main meal here?
I was a fisherman for about 8 years in Kariba. So that's where I learned how to cook fish.
So all of this fish is sourced directly from Kariba?
From Kariba.
No supermarket?
No supermarket.
Straight from other fishermen?
Yes.
Ah, fantastic. Some of the challenges that you faced as a chef here in Zimbabwe. Has everything been easy?
Not that easy. Like on my salad, I use gherkins. Here, it's difficult to get gherkins. So I have to get them like in Borodale. There's at the old Stables market, there is a market which goes on Saturday. That's where I get the gherkins. Only there.
Only
there.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay, so sourcing food sometimes can be very difficult.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this for?
Like now, this is my 5th, 6th month.
Were you working another job, and then did you leave the job to then focus on fish? What were you doing before you decided to go branch out?
I've never worked only fishing for the past 8 years.
You've always been a fisherman your whole life?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. And tell us about that experience. What are some of the lessons that you've learned as a fisherman that you try and impart when you're cooking your dishes?
It taught me how to be patient. Like, you can't have when you go to work, you won't have like a good catch on a daily basis. Sometimes you won't even catch anything. So you gotta be patient. One day I'll make it.
What made you decide to have your own backyard restaurant?
Friends and relatives. They inspired me because they used to come here and taste my fish. Because recently before this, after fishing, I used to come with my catch here in Zimbabwe and then sell fresh fish. And then while selling, like on weekends, we'll have a braai and then cook my fish. People, they say you should try this, open a restaurant, whatever, stuff like that. That's how I started.
What's your favorite place to visit in Zimbabwe and why?
Kariba.
Why?
Maybe I'm used to it. I've been to a lot of places, but I would say like I've never been to a place like Kariba. Everything. This is one of the largest man-made lake in Africa. Yeah.
So you like to be like part of the history whenever you go there.
Yeah.
It's a little piece of history.
Yeah.
So what tips can you give to other culinary enthusiasts that want to join the space? Someone who probably even wants to have their own restaurant in their backyard.
Yeah, you really have to work hard. You face like a lot of challenges. Like me, when I started fishing, I faced a lot of challenges like hip attacks, crocs attacks, but I never gave up. I know one day I'm gonna quit this and do something that I wanna do in life.